Okay, hi everyone. In this video I just wanted to talk about my biggest problem that I have with this Sony Trinitron Wega CRT. Specifically, the model is KV-36FS16 from the year 2000, and yeah, it has. I think that the feature that I'm having a problem with is called auto white balance or dynamic picture processor. One of those two. I was looking up the specs. Again, information is kind of scarce on this kind of stuff because yeah, internet wasn't really terribly big back when these TVs were around. I mean, it existed, but information is just kind of scarce to find. At least I haven't been able to find a lot of information on it. But anyway, these features are causing big problems in games, I've noticed. And I don't know if these are problems in other models of the Trinitron Wegas, but I know at least on this one, it is a really big problem. So yeah, if you like these videos, make sure you subscribe and yeah, stay up to date with the latest stuff that come out. And yeah, we're gonna show off these games on here. Yeah, I've seen the problem in each of these games. So although actually technically I guess we did the Switch version of this before when I saw it, but anyway, we'll test the GameCube version. But yeah, this is the biggest reason why I'm going to be going with the Mitsubishi instead of the Sony Trinitron. And there are other reasons too. If you saw my other videos, like just generally speaking, the picture just looked better on the Mitsubishi. But yeah, this definitely is the biggest deal breaker. So yeah, let's get into this first game. This is Zelda Nymphia's Adventure, a really cool ROM hack. And so yeah, I'm going to pause the video and get it to a spot where we can see this dynamic picture processor and auto white balance in effect. Okay, here we are. I just thought I'd show this real quick. This, yeah, the brightness settings on here. In fact, actually, you might be able to see it better with the lights off. Let me turn off the lights. Okay, here we have the lights off. So yeah, I don't know how well this is showing up on the video, but let me raise this just a tiny bit. I guess that's about. Well, anyway, I can see the four gray bars on here. I have the Mitsubishi turned on as well, and yeah, I can see it on there as well. And I have this the 4K TV on as well. This is a Vizio 4K TV, but yeah, it's not working with the 240p signal right now. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to show this. Yeah, because I did calibrate these TVs before in a previous video. Yeah, let me turn back on the lights real quick. There we go, lights are back on. Oh, and then also I should mention, so this is the Nintendo 64. It's hooked up through S-Video. This is a Monster S-Video cable. And then it's going into this switcher box. And then there's a Monster S-Video cable going to this TV, and a Monster S-Video cable going to this TV. And then this one has a composite or a Monster composite video or a cable going to it, because yeah, this TV doesn't have a S-Video input. But anyway, I also have Monster component cables going to this TV and Monster composite going to it. So we'll test all the inputs. But yeah, right now it's just native S-Video from the 64. So yeah, let me go in here and I'll go to the first spot where I can see this problem. Okay, here we are in Zora's Domain. So yeah, so just kind of look at Link's tunic color here. It actually doesn't look too bad right now. You may have saw it flash there for a second, but yeah, I can really see it on this ladder. Yeah, so you can see so right now it looks black, whereas over here on the Mitsubishi TV it looks red. And yeah, and this is the red tunic. So then you'll see when you go up the ladder, as the light changes in the game, this dynamic picture processor, auto white balance, whichever one it is, appears to just turn off. So yeah, you can see it's off, and then that dynamic stuff turns on when the light changes. Yeah, and then let's see, and then I'm gonna do our warping trick. I'm gonna warp over to the next spot in the game. Okay, there we go. You see, it warped us to this village here. Yeah. I'm just kidding, that's not a thing. Just pause the video. I played that trick on everyone last time too. Anyway, let me just set my tripod here. In fact, hold on, let me set this up correctly. Okay, there we go. Just want to set the tripod here so I don't have to worry about it. Oh, I can see there's people. Yeah, this game is so cool. Go. Alright. Yeah, this game is really cool. Very cool ROM hack. Okay. So yeah, so it's like this feature turns on and off, so I don't know if you can tell right now, but it's kind of on a little bit. You can see on the Mitsubishi on the right, Link's tunic looks normal. And then, but yeah, you can really tell right here. It's like where the sun is, I guess, back here somewhere. I don't know. The light source is back from behind me. It's like, yeah, I don't know. Something weird is going on with the screen. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, Link's tunic looks completely black right now. And actually, so on this controller here, the picture-in-picture mode right here. So when you turn this on, so see now that I have this set up to be from the S-video signal, and I don't know if you can tell. Let me move it a little closer. Let's see. Hold on one second. Yeah. So let's just get a little bit closer here, so you can see. Oops, I just knocked over my tripod. Yeah, so you can see on the picture-in-picture, the dynamic processing isn't being applied, and the tunic looks red, whereas over here on the big screen it looks black, and you can see on the Mitsubishi it looks red as well. So yeah, there's something weird going on here. And then on the 64 controller, when you hold down the Z button back here, it actually, so it puts black bars on the bottom and top of the screen. And so yeah, and when those bars are on the screen, the dynamic picture processing or the auto white balance, whichever one it is, goes away. So you'll see. So watch Link's tunic here. See, it flashes off and now it looks red, just like it does on this one, and just like it does on the pure picture-in-picture down there. So yeah, and then see when you let go, then it turns black again. So yeah, it's one of those things where once you see it, you can't unsee it. But anyway, it's just really really annoying. And I've been into the service menu, haven't been able to get it to turn off. I read that in later models like the FV310, which a lot of people consider to be the best CRTs ever made, the Sony Trinitron FV310 models. Supposedly you can turn it off in the service menu. Again, information is kind of scarce on the internet, but yeah, I don't know. On this, I haven't been able to do it on this TV in the service menu, and I have played around with the sub brightness, but again, that only can get you so far, because sure, you can make it look good when you can make the picture look good when the dynamic processing is being applied, but then when it's not being applied, then everything just looks way too bright. And so yeah, I ended up just leaving the sub brightness service menu settings at the default values. So anyway, yeah. Now let's go into this game, so the original Ocarina of Time, just so you can see that, yeah, it's not just this ROM hack. So yeah, give me a second, I'll go to Zora's Domain on that game. Okay, here we are. I thought I'd just show some, just running around the field, and you can kind of see the difference too. So yeah, so see right now I'm not really seeing it too much. And again, yeah, this is the original version of Ocarina of Time, and then, yep. Oh, I haven't gotten that heart piece yet. Interesting. Oops. My original game got erased, so. Yeah, and I mean, one thing I can say about the Trinitron is at times, I mean, the screen is a little darker, but there are, oh, don't shoot at me right now. But like, there are things, like I was noticing in the sky, sometimes the sky looks a little bit, like the colors look a little bit deeper on the Trinitron. Yeah, I kind of show more comparisons of that on the other video, but yeah, let's see what this looks like in the nighttime now. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, it does look pretty dark, but I'm actually not really seeing that dynamic stuff happening right now. So maybe it's because, I don't know, you probably just have to have the right lighting conditions. Yeah, see, right now it looks pretty good. I would say it still looks, I don't know. The Mitsubishi actually doesn't look as good when the lights are on, but when the lights are off, it looks pretty much the same. And it's just because these are, you know, the flat screens. But yeah, I go into that more in detail in the other video. So anyway, let's go on this ladder here. Of course, everything's in, oh, I don't know. We'll see how this works. I'm actually not entirely sure what this will look like since there's ice everywhere and that's like, it lightens the screen. Put on the red tunic here. So actually, yeah, I'm not really seeing it right now. Interesting. Yeah, it might be because it's all oh, actually, yeah, you can see it. Yeah, so see when I'm just standing here by the ladder, so you can see his tunic looks black, although it doesn't look as black as before, but then when I hold down Z, you can see it just brightens right up. Whereas on the Mitsubishi and in the little picture down here, it just looks red and bright the whole time. So, yeah, there you have it. It's not, yeah, it happens in the real game too. Anyway, now let's go on to Mario Sunshine here. Yeah, test 480i game. Oh, actually, sorry, I forgot. Before we go over to Super Mario Sunshine, I just wanted to test this on the other inputs too. So this converter box is pretty cool. It'll convert every signal to, you know, composite, S-video, and all that stuff. Components. Yeah, let's go over to composite first. Let's see here. That should, yep, this VHS sound is turned off because I only have it plugged in through the S-video. Yeah, you can see. So the tunic looks a little dark. When I hold down the Z button, then it, yep. So see the dynamic picture processing is being applied in composite. Now let's switch over to component YPBPR. Yeah, and yeah, it looks a little darker. Yeah, I think that might just be the way this switcher converts it, but anyway, we should be able to see it on here too. So, yep, you can see it's also applied in the YPBPR component signal as well. Yep, and you can see it's still down here the way it looks in S-video compared to component, and yeah, it doesn't apply that dynamic picture stuff. So yep, okay, now on to Super Mario Sunshine. Okay, here we are. We're on the Wii here. Yeah, now I have this hooked up through component, so I switched the input on the Trinitron to component. And yeah, now the Mitsubishi is just in black and white because, yeah, for whatever reason, this switcher box converts component signals to black and white on S-video. So, but yeah, we'll mostly be looking at this one over here. And actually, now I can turn on this Vizio 4K TV as well since it is 480i, so it should work. Yeah, let's just go in here. And yeah, and I have this, yeah, these are monster Wii cables, Wii component cables. Okay, I'm going to pause the video. Well, let's see, I guess we can watch this first part a little bit. I don't know how much you'll show up, but let's see if we see it at all in here. Yeah, and then I switched the input for this picture-in-picture to component as well, so now this and this are the exact same inputs. Yeah. I mean, the picture does look a little bit darker over here than it does over here. Yeah. Yeah, I can see it a little bit. Like his color is a little bit darker than it was down there. Yeah, let's actually go into the game here. Yeah, let's see if we can see it on Mario. I don't really see it too much right now. Okay. Let's try going into... Yeah, again, I saw this on the Switch version before, so I don't know if it shows up on the GameCube as well, but I would imagine it would. Had the Switch hooked up through Component as well. Well, I was converting it to Component, but yeah. Wow, this cutscene looked a lot cleaner on the Switch, from what I remember. Yep, don't touch that stuff. Let me pause this for a second. Yeah, so I've been kind of running around here for a second. I'm actually not really seeing it as much as I saw in the Switch version. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe it's more pronounced on 240p games. Yeah. Yeah, if you saw in my, let's see, was it, I think it was TV Wars Part 2. Yeah, Part 2. My video on that video. Yeah, I show the Mario Sunshine on here, so from the Switch. And yeah, if you're interested to look at that, you can. But yeah, basically Mario's overalls looked like they were all black, and then on the picture-in-picture it didn't look that way. But yeah, for whatever reason, the GameCube version of this game is not acting up. So yeah, very interesting. Not entirely sure what's going on here, but anyway, for some reason the dynamic picture stuff was being applied to the Switch version, but not on this one. So yeah, I don't know, or maybe it is being applied still. It's just that it's I don't know, for whatever reason maybe this is the way it's supposed to look, how Sony intended it to look, but then on some games, maybe on 40 or 240p content, it really overdoes it, and then on some maybe higher resolution stuff, or I don't know, because I mean it was still 480p going into this TV, but yeah, it was a higher resolution, originating from a higher resolution console, so I don't know. But yeah, it does look like the GameCube version does look pretty good on here, so yeah. Anyway, I guess you may or may not see it with games when you try it. Yeah, and actually I'll just pull up the Switch version real quick just to show it on here, and then yeah, just to double check as well. So hold on. Okay, we got the Switch here. Oops. Okay, and let's see here. Let me just yeah, I had to set this down so we can see the whole screen. So yeah, let's see here. Yep, looks good. Okay, let's go in here, test this out. Let's see. Wow, I'll turn on this. This is a cool feature on this TV. This 60x9 enhanced, where yeah, it vertically compresses, yeah, everything down. So then yeah, there's a lot more resolution in this center area, which is yeah, really cool. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, so far it looks pretty much the same. Yeah, let's kind of go into this a little bit and see if we can see some of that dynamic stuff happening. Let's see. I guess I'll show this TV now, the 4K TV a little bit, since we've been watching the Mitsubishi a bit. Yeah, and again, so this one is component, well, HDMI being converted to component. And then this is that component signal being converted to composite, and it's just in black and white because yeah, that's what that switcher does. Okay, let me pause the video and then yep, don't touch that stuff. Yeah, let me pause the video and get past this. Okay, here we are. Let's just kind of run around here again. Okay, yep. Yeah, so yep. Yeah, I don't know what exactly the difference is between the Switch and the GameCube signal, but yeah, I can definitely see so like you can see Mario's suit. It looks all black. Let's see, hold on, let me unconnect this from the tripod. Okay, there we go. I can get closer here. So yeah, you can see it looks all black. It looks a little blue, but yeah, it looks pretty black. Whereas over here on the picture, it still looks blue. So yeah, it's very interesting. For some reason, I don't know. I guess maybe it's the vertical compression. Yeah, because I do have that on now. Let me try turning that off. Let's see here. Let's go to setup here. So turn it off. Oh yeah, it actually does look better now. Huh, interesting. Well, I mean, relatively better. Interesting. Yeah. So actually, yeah, that vertical compression, it appears to apply more of that, the automatic, or the dynamic picture processing. So yeah, interesting. Yeah, when it's just on standard mode, you can see the interlacing a lot more, and it doesn't look as good as the compressed. But yeah, at least that picture processing isn't happening on here. So yeah, it just kind of makes me curious. Let's switch back over to I still have the GameCube version on down here. Let me just switch the input on up here. Oh, not that one. Which input button was it? Is it 3 maybe? 5? Okay, hold on, let me find the right input. Okay, I found it. It was input 4 for the GameCube version. So yeah, it's just kind of, let's go back over to where it was on the Switch. This is kind of tricky playing with one hand now. Okay, so yeah, so you can see right now it doesn't really look like there's too much of that vertical stuff happening. Or not the vertical, the dynamic picture processor. But now I'm just going to turn on this 6099 enhanced. And let's see if we see it happen a little bit more on the GameCube version. Yeah, so see now everything looks squished, by the way. Yeah, oh yeah, yep. Yeah, it is happening. Not as much as it was on the Switch version though, but yeah, it does look darker than it did before. Yeah, you can see Mario's overalls there. Yeah, actually the color's kind of coming up wrong on the... Well, anyway, it looks darker in real life. But yeah, that's kind of interesting. So I don't know. Yeah, apparently it's more noticeable on 480i content when that vertical enhancement stuff is on. So yeah, vertical compression. But yeah, which kind of makes me curious. I have time. Yeah, let me just connect this one to HDMI real quick, just to test it on there. Hold on. Okay, so now I have the okay, so now I have the 64 being converted to HDMI, and then the HDMI is being converted to component, and then the component is going to the switcher and going into this TV. Oh, and it also is working on this TV now because it's 480i. But yeah, let's take this controller here and just kind of, let's see if we still see that stuff happening. Yeah, well, yeah, it does happen a little bit. So yeah, so see, this was the exact same spot, whoops, where we were on the 240p signal. And yeah, you can see, yep, it's not, you can still see it a little bit. Make sure we're focused on here. You can still see it happening a little bit, but yeah, it's not nearly as noticeable as it was on 240p. So yeah, I think the moral of the story is that dynamic picture processor and auto white balance is really noticeable on 240p, and then not as noticeable on 480i content. Very interesting. Yep. Yeah, let me just turn on the, I'll just plug in this, let's just unplug this Super 64 real quick, and I'll plug back in the Monster S video cable, and I'll just show what that looks like one more time. This is hard, hold on, let me do this. Let me pause the video. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so now here's the exact same thing. I just plugged in this Monster cable, and yep, so now it's 240p. You can see there's no longer signal over here because it's, yeah. But yeah, now you can clearly see the picture coming on and off. Yep. Or the dynamic, I always forget what it's called, dynamic picture processor, and or auto white balance, whichever one it is. But yeah, you can, it's very, very pronounced on the 240p content. Yeah, which is really unfortunate because, you know, you usually would buy a SD CRT for 240p content specifically. Yeah, unfortunately, at least this Sony Trinitron Wega. Again, this is the KV-36FS16 from 2000. Yeah, it is not good for 240p content. It's not horrible, but yeah, I mean, if you got, you know, there's better CRTs for 240p content. Yeah, I'm interested to see if the FS, oh, I guess this isn't component as well. Let me set this back to this video. But yeah, I guess the FV310 models, maybe you can turn off this feature in the service menu like I said before, but yeah, this one, it just looks really bad. Okay, I just wanted to make a quick pause on the video. I already finished filming, but I just wanted to emphasize that I don't know if you can turn off the dynamic picture processor or the auto white balance on the FV310 model of the Sony Trinitron Wegas, or really any other Trinitron model for that matter. I just haven't tested it, so yeah, don't go out buying one of those TVs thinking you can turn it off without doing your research first, because yeah, I've read online that it sounds like you can turn off something related to that, but anyway, just wanted to emphasize that I don't know if this can be fixed for 240p content on other Trinitron models. Yeah, let's go back to the video. So yeah, this is S video again. Yep, you can still see it. So anyway, let me know what you think. Maybe it's something that doesn't really bother you, but yeah, just something to keep in mind. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I guess we'll see you next time. See you later. Link, you're tired, time to go to sleep.